Sangam Gupta, Gautam, Girish, Sip to Sagairaj and Rajendra, Sip to Komal, Sip in Bridget, Sip in Ashok Nichani, and Sip in Govardhan. Welcome, Avinash, Shivoham to all of you. And we are just about to start another blissful evening in this world where there is so much misery and sorrow. In this world where sometimes people behave like terrorists. In this world where sometimes people lack compassion and honesty and transparency. In this world, you will come across all types of people. Just like in a movie, in a drama, you will come across with both heroes and villains. Both are required to make the drama interesting, right? You cannot have uh, a world with day and no night, with good and no bad, with pleasure and no pain. So we meet every day in the evening to refresh our life, to renew our life, to be rejuvenated with spiritual values. With this world is this world. This world is a Leela. So don't feel that the world is unfair to you. Don't feel that things happening in your life, you don't deserve it. Every individual who is spiritual has this experience where he feels that, why do bad things happen? Why am I targeted? A lot of people come and ask me this question. What did I do? Tell me, what did I do? So many people come and ask me this question. I said, you did nothing. Don't worry about it. Learn to move on in life. So today we have a session. That was somebody speaking to me today. Today's session, what happens with consciousness after enlightenment? So I'm asking you this question. What happens with consciousness after enlightenment? Who will take this call? Who will take this question? What happens to consciousness after enlightenment? Anybody will try?
May I, Guruji?
Sudeep Bhargava first and then Kiran Katuria. Yes.
Shivam sir,
Shivoham, bolo.
the consciousness was always there even before my enlightenment, and
Yes.
it will remain the same even after my enlightenment. It was just
Yes.
that I will realize that I am not the body, mind, ego, and I was the consciousness itself. It's like asking that what will happen to the ocean when the wave realizes that it's a part of the ocean. So ocean remains there. Wave comes from the ocean, goes back to the ocean. So something happens to the wave, not to the ocean. The ocean was always there.
Okay, good analogy, but I want a deeper answer. So Kiran Katuria, good analogy. Sudeep, you always come with very good analogies. Kiran Katuria, can you try? What happens to consciousness after enlightenment? Please unmute. Kiran, please unmute.
Guruji, consciousness is in everlasting peace and eternal joy. The person feels he is united with God, and he is liberated from the cycle of death and rebirth if one is enlightened. And he is free from the triple suffering of the body, mind, and ego. And he is thus by mukt from fear, revenge, everything, anger also. And he lives the life of divine soul. And
Very
he
good.
lives,
No, wait.
in acceptance and surrender.
No, you are talking about what happens to the Jivatma after enlightenment. I am asking what happens to consciousness after enlightenment.
Okay.
It's a very tiny, very slight difference. It is just a very small tweak. No, why I'm telling you all this? Every time I learn something, every day I learn, I share. Correct? Every day I learn something, I share with you. Because my journey with you is we are all soulmates. We are all one soul. And we want to be together in this soulful journey. So Girish, please tell me, what happens to consciousness after enlightenment?
Consciousness is unaffected. It continues as same.
Okay.
It does not get associated with anything, even
Okay.
before or even after, because
Okay.
it is Amar. Prabhu pass hai, that pass definition
Yes.
was always there. It will be like that. Whether the person, Jivatma, is enlightened or not, consciousness has got no business.
Good. Now, Girish is giving a completely different perspective. And it's right. Each of you is right. Sudeep gave a right answer, Kiran gave a right answer, and Girish gave a right answer. But I'm still asking you the question. What happens to consciousness after enlightenment? What happens to our consciousness after enlightenment? Can you tell me? Shivoham Rajendra, bolo.
Yeah. What I see, the question is what happens with consciousness after enlightenment? Means what happens with consciousness with an enlightened person? You mean to say that?
Yes, yes. What happens to an enlightened person in terms of when a person is enlightened, then what happens to that consciousness that we are talking about? What happens to that consciousness, what Girish says was there and it will be there.
Yeah.
Sudeep said something else, that once you realize that the wave is the ocean, then okay, so that's a different analogy. But I'm asking a very profound question. Please pay attention and be slow. Be very calmly understand. What happens to consciousness after enlightenment? What happens?
Yeah. So my answer is like Giri said, that consciousness is always there. But for an enlightened person, the flow of the consciousness, the allowance of the consciousness will be open forever. I mean, you bolte hai na, when we open the tap of water, water flows freely. It will be like conscious, for an enlightened person, the flow of the consciousness, access to consciousness will be permanent.
Okay. Okay, good. You're trying to say that the flow will be better. Let me try to quickly put this together, okay? Because it is even something difficult. It's not so easy for me to explain, but let me try to explain.
Okay.
What happens to consciousness after enlightenment? After enlightenment, consciousness takes over. After enlightenment, there is thoughtlessness. So the mind, which was otherwise a rascal, the mind has become tamed from a monkey to a monk. What happens to consciousness after enlightenment? Consciousness rules life. Consciousness, like in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, you become the Sarathi. When there is consciousness after enlightenment, what happens to consciousness? It awakens the buddhi. It awakens the intellect. You become intellectually driven. You are no more a servant of the mind. You are no more a slave of the mind. See, the mind doesn't permit enlightenment. The mind does not allow you to get enlightened. The mind constantly will say, but ye log kya kahenge? What people will say? What about my responsibilities? What about this? Nothing matters. Not actually in this world, for you and for me, we have only one objective, and that objective is enlightenment. And the moment we reach that state of enlightenment, then there is Sat Chit Anand. Sat Chit Anand means there is consciousness. Sat Chit means there is consciousness of the truth. What happens to consciousness after enlightenment? You become blissful. Otherwise what happens? When there is no enlightenment, the mind suffers. The mind is miserable. The mind gets upset. The mind gets hurt. The mind gets affected by petty issues. The mind has fear, worry, stress, anxiety, depression. But what happens to consciousness after enlightenment? This mind is defeated. The ego is defeated. The me, the M-E, is defeated. When the mind and ego is defeated, then what do you say then? Then you say, मैं क्या हूं कुछ भी नहीं, सब कुछ तुम ही हो प्रभु, तुम बिन मैं क्या कुछ भी ना, जो भी मैं दिखता प्रभु, कण कण में तू है समा, तुम बिन मैं क्या कुछ भी ना. You reach that state. You reach that state. When you are in that state of enlightenment, consciousness takes over your life. You become invincible. You become incapable of suffering. You become incapable of hurt. You become incapable to become the painful body, the miserable mind, the agonized ego, because consciousness takes over. And when consciousness takes over, you live in that state of Satyam Shivam Sundaram. You reach a very elevated state. So, my friends, I've left with you with a very important thought today. Don't leave it. If you don't understand, ask me 10 questions today. Don't leave this question. What happens to consciousness after enlightenment? It's a very unique question. And let me tell you, this question came to me in Quora. In Quora, people ask me questions and people view the answers. Does anybody have a guess how many people have viewed answers in Quora? Do you know? In Quora, people have viewed our answers 59 million times. People have read our answers 59 million times. And they keep asking me questions every day on Quora. It's a huge following on Quora. And in one question, I got this question day before yesterday. What happens to consciousness after enlightenment? And when I gave the answer, I realized I should share it with Ask Air. So we should reach that state of Sat Chit Anand. What happens to consciousness? It becomes alive. It becomes awake. It commands our life. It liberates us. Otherwise, how our mind makes us feel? Our mind makes us depressed. Even today, somebody tried to hurt me. Somebody tried to hurt me just today, my dear friends. But that hurt was like a bullet that hit my bulletproof jacket. Consciousness becomes like a bulletproof jacket. No bullet can hurt you. You become free. Over to you. Let's go with question answers. Anybody wants to ask me a question? We have typed question, but first live question. Always first live question. Otherwise, I have a typed question.
This is Karan. Yeah. Sir, my question is.
Speak loudly, please. Karan, speak loudly.
After getting this consciousness or the intellect, I might have fear. I might lose it. How to deal with that fear?
Consciousness will never be lost. It will be interspaced with me, mind and ego. If you are not fully enlightened, you will never reach that state of Sat Chit Anand. You will only have moments of consciousness. I don't see Atmatrai today, right? We talked about night coming, going, morning coming. So consciousness is that state. You have to reach that state, Karan. You have to aim to reach that state. Only then you will be free to not fear that you will lose consciousness. Okay. So the next question I have 2-3 typed questions. So we are going to attend some typed questions. The first question.
Ravi,
yes.
can I ask a question, please?
Yes, please.
If one gains consciousness, is
Yes.
it permanent or otherwise?
So Dasi, the moment you actually get consciousness, if you are strong in your realization of the truth, that consciousness will never leave you. For example, let me give you an example. Suppose you see there is one mobile phone lying in one of your rooms. You saw it, but it didn't register in your mind. You forgot about it. You went, you traveled, you forgot about it. But imagine you go to one of your godown and you see 10,000 mobile phones kept in boxes. Now those 10,000 mobile phones, it hit you so badly. Right? The picture of those 10,000 mobile phones, you can't forget about those 10,000 mobile phones lying in one godown, which you opened. So when you reach that state of realization, I gave you 2 different examples where one small flicker of that one mobile phone you may lose sight of. Consciousness is this: I am not Dasi. I am a divine soul. I am a supreme immortal power. I am the sip in Dasi. I am the power. I am a Shakti. When that consciousness comes, it can be defeated by your mind. What your mind will say? Arey, what is this talking, yaar? Ye kya kya ye to ye bol. Somebody told like this, somebody told like this. Who is telling this, Dasi? It is your mind. Your mind is trying to convince you not to be conscious. Because the moment you are in consciousness, the mind is defeated. Because the mind is killed. What is our goal, Dasi? Our goal is to be in that state of chit or consciousness. What is consciousness? It is that state of awareness. It is that state that I am not I. I am not the one I see in the mirror. This is just my appearance. One day this body will die. But I will not die. Because what people will say, I passed away. Now, this is something you know. You don't, what I'm telling is not new to you. You say, I know it. But if you become conscious about it, if that consciousness is of the subject is in you, then there will be a metamorphosis. There will be a permanent change. You cannot become Dasi Budrani. You cannot. Because you will realize, Arey, I am not Dasi Budrani. Dasi Budrani just came on this planet Earth as an actor in the role, in the role of Dasi Budrani, correct? One day Dasi Budrani has to go. He has to go. You agree or you don't agree?
100%.
Yeah, but you have to realize that that is the consciousness you need. I am that person I am that Shakti that will leave Dasi Budrani and I will move on. The moment this consciousness comes and you are so clear about it, Dasi, you are so clear about it, then the mind and ego cannot defeat you. Then how much ever the mind and ego comes and tells you, Dasi, you say, I am not Dasi, yaar. I am just that Shakti in Dasi.
Okay.
That consciousness has to come.
Acha. All right. Good.
Now what's happening, Dasi? Now what you are experiencing, you're getting moments of consciousness. It is coming and it is going. Am I right in what I'm saying?
100%.
So now it's coming and your mind and ego, it's like this panja, no? This hand fight. So you are trying to do like this, then the mind and ego is pulling you down. Again, you're trying to do like this, again the mind and ego is pulling you down. So
Right.
this is that moment of aha, that moment of realization. When I dropped my name, I dropped my work, I dropped everything. You know why I dropped it? Because I realized it's so meaningless. I told myself, you fool, you idiot, what are you doing? This is what I told myself. I told, what are you wasting your time? So this is what Dada used to talk, what Bada Dada used to say, Ratan Tya Kodi Sang Rachai. You must have heard this 100 times in his speech.
Yeah. Correct.
So we are picking up stones and we are throwing the jewels.
Okay.
So you need, and that's why I say, when we are constantly spending time in this consciousness, then we achieve what is called enlightenment. Then we reach that state of enlightenment.
But when your mind disturbs you and you come down and go up, is it advisable to continue this way or what?
Yeah, because the goal is very clear. Okay, let me explain one more thing. Everybody must pay attention in this transformation. So for me in the beginning, it was always me, mind, ego, mind, ego, mind, ego. And there was moments of consciousness, 5 minutes of consciousness and 55 minutes of mind, ego. Then again, another 10 minutes of consciousness, 50 minutes of mind and ego. But when the realization came, it became 50 minutes of consciousness, 10 minutes of mind and ego. The mind and ego becomes a minority. It is like in a government, it becomes a minority government. They lose the power. So you need to make your consciousness stronger than your mind and its thoughts.
Okay.
This is our biggest challenge.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we are going to answer the few typed questions, and always live questions have a priority. If anybody has a live question, Jyotri says, if someone from this call will not be in this call for 10 days and not practice any yoga out of the 4 yogas, she will get slipped from the path? It depends. It depends how much that person is enlightened, how much that person has realization, how much that person is passionate about the divine. It's case-to-case basis, but definitely I always say attending this call, even for me on a daily basis, improves my consciousness, keeps my conscience, like my phone is charged. You need to keep your phone charged. If you discharge your phone for 10 days and your phone has no charge, what do you expect your phone to be? It will be dead. then again you have to charge your phone. That's why I always encourage people, don't miss the call. If you cannot come on video, come on audio. If you cannot ask questions, I in fact encourage all of you to ask questions. Because let me tell you, unless you ask questions, because the mind will go on giving you doubts. The mind will go on questioning you. The mind will go on pushing you down. And what you're doing, you're suppressing the mind's thoughts. Don't suppress it. You know, what did Dada say? He gave a very beautiful thing. He said, somebody asked Dada the question, how do you deal with anger? I wrote a book with Dada called The Terror Within, about 15 years back. He said, don't suppress it. If you suppress it, it will burst. He said, don't express it. If you express it, it will hurt everybody. Then what should you do? If you don't suppress it and you don't express it, he said, transcend it. Transcend it. Go beyond it. So, my dear friends, we have to constantly, continuously be on this path. This path is an amazing. Let me tell you, why am I on this path? I could be fooling around and having fun somewhere in the world. No, even if I travel, I'm still on this path. I am on this path from 5 a.m. in the morning till 12 midnight, 7 days of the week, 365 days of the year. Because this path is so blissful, this path is so beautiful. And I want you to experience this bliss and this beauty, this Ananda. So we have got, that was Jyotri and Shiva Shankar as two questions. Is consciousness creates brain or brain creates consciousness? Neither does consciousness create the brain, nor does brain create the consciousness. Consciousness is God's divine power in you and me, which is SIP, the supreme immortal power. When the consciousness leaves, there is death. There is no breath. That is the divine SIP in you and me. Therefore, the brain is just a hardware, my dear Shiv Shankar. The brain is nothing. Every brain is a cell. Every cell of the brain is consciousness, it's energy. This is scientific belief. This is not spiritual. Science has discovered that every cell of the human body is energy. But the only difference is science has not gone one step further. They have not realized it is divine energy. It is power. And very soon, science will realize. Second question, how does consciousness causes matter to materialize? That only he knows. It is just like, how does water become ice? Water becomes ice because of the divine law. When the temperature goes to below -0, water crystallizes into ice. How? That is his law. Then how does water become vapor? If you boil water to 100 degrees, it becomes vapor. Now, if you ask me how, this is a divine law, Shiv Shankar. We are not able to decide how this happens. This is the divine. But science can only record it. Science can only watch it and record it. Science cannot explain it. How can we explain why the earth is going round? Why the earth doesn't turn in 36 hours? Why it turns in 24 hours? Now, that is not our business. That is the business of the divine. The third question, where and how did consciousness exist before there was matter? Shiva Shankar seems to have done some big study and come for this. Huh? How and where did consciousness exist before there was matter? My dear Shiva Shankar, you have not attended Friday's session, I think, or the one before that. Prabhu paas hai. Prabhu anant hai, anadi hai. Anant, God is birthless. Its SIP is deathless. You cannot say what caused SIP. SIP is causeless. SIP is beginningless. SIP is endless. And this consciousness is a part of SIP. Last question. If changes in consciousness experience be measurable, the only measure that you can experience in consciousness is the panga between the consciousness and the mind. This war. That's why I always sing this song. I don't know if you already know the song. It says, मैं तो ये तन मन ना हूं ना मैं अहंकार, सच में तो मैं जानू मैं आत्मा और कुछ ना, एहसास हुआ फिर भी फंसा, एक युद्ध मेरे अंदर लड़ता मैं हमेशा, मैं फंसा, मैं खुद में फंसा, मैं फंसा, मैं खुद में फंसा. What does it mean? There is a war inside me. There's a war. There is a war inside me. There's a war. तू बचा, तू आके बचा. Oh divine sip, save me from this war. I am constantly fighting a battle with the mind and ego. The mind and ego says, me, I, me. You know what my guru used to say? My guru used to say, I am nothing. Thou art everything. I am not. Alone thou art. And the spiritual master spent 100 years on the planet. Don't think it's a joke. And that spiritual master who has taught me was taught by another spiritual master who spent another 75 years on earth. And that spiritual master was taught by some other spiritual master. So you must realize this divine chain. Next live question, please. Do we have any live question? Live question. Otherwise, I will go to typed question. Live question first.
So,
Yes.
what
Bolo.
is the secret of enlightenment?
Secret of enlightenment. Very simple, Komal. The secret of enlightenment is to switch on the light. Switch on the light. Enlighten means enlightener, means bring in light. Why must you bring in light? I always ask this question, Komal. Suppose you are in the room and there is already light. Will you switch on one more light? You'll say, why should I switch on the light? There is already light. But if you come to the room and there is darkness, you cannot see anything, then what will you do, Komal?
You have
You will
to
switch on the light. You switch on the light because there is darkness. My dear Komal, there is darkness in our life. There is darkness in our life. We want to overcome this darkness. We want to overcome this darkness because this darkness is avidya. This darkness is ghor avidya. Ghor avidya ke karan dukh sehna. We are suffering because of this darkness. The secret of enlightenment, switch on the light. Switch on the light means realize. Open your real eyes. Don't put putty on your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Open your eyes. How do you open your eyes? Ask questions. Keep on asking questions. And keep on telling the divine, oh divine, sip, oh sip, oh sip, oh sip. Take me ashore. How do you reach that state? I told you, to get to the state of 4G, growth of the seeker, it needs grace of the divine. It needs guidance of the guru, and it needs efforts of the seeker. You need to sincerely continue trying, because this is our ultimate goal, to realize we are the divine soul. Agar enlightenment nahi hai, Komal, then you will come back again and again. And I cannot guarantee what you will come back as, depending on your karma. So you want liberation. You don't want to come back to this world. You want to become one with the divine. How are you going to become one with the divine, Komal?
To follow the 4Gs.
To move forward on the path. Enlightenment. Enlightenment. It's very, very important. Okay. Next question. I see Bridget asking a question.
To improve consciousness.
How to improve consciousness? Bridget, you can improve consciousness by controlling the mind. The mind is the enemy of consciousness. Where there is mind. You know seesaw, Bridget, you know seesaw? Seesaw, the children play seesaw. If the mind is up, the consciousness is down. If the mind is down, the consciousness is up. You need to keep the mind down, my dear. You need to keep the mind down. So mind is down, consciousness is up. Mind is up, consciousness is down. You
But how to
need
do? How I
Huh?
can do it?
by
How I
having-
can do it?
Yeah.
How I can tame the mind?
by two methods. Method number one, silence. I told you to open a book. Where is your book? How much silence yesterday? How much silence today? You started a book? Not yet. No, not started book, right? I told you
Right.
open a book and write every day how much silence. Okay, did you do it?
No,
No. You know why? Do you know why?
mind.
Got it. Your mind stopped you from doing. So today, don't fail to the mind. Open a book today. No more eating food today. First, buy the book. Put how many minutes in silence. Then you eat food. Don't eat food till you make the book. So, first step, Bridget, first step is silence. Okay. Bridget, second step, second step,
Yeah.
very important. Whenever the mind comes with a wrong thought, you use intellect. In French, what you say intellect? You know what to say in French in intellect?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What is intellect in French?
Is the same
Intellect.
term.
Intellect, same term. Okay.
Right.
So whenever the mind says, I am Bridget, intellect says, no, you are not Bridget. So when it is like an exercise. So first step is silence, and second step is exercise, where the intellect pushes the mind down. So the monkey, which is normally jumping, Bridget, the monkey keeps on jumping. The intellect will pin it down, tie the monkey. How it happens if you take the monkey and you tie the monkey, the legs and the hands you tie. Can the monkey jump? Can the monkey jump?
No, one monkey in the table.
So you tie the monkey. You tie the monkey properly. The monkey mind.
I will try to do.
Okay, two questions, right? Kiran Mane. Yes, Kiran, your question.
Sir, what is the artificial consciousness?
Artificial consciousness.
Yeah.
Where did you get this term from?
Sir, it was just running in my mind.
There is nothing like artificial consciousness.
Okay.
Consciousness cannot be artificial. You can have artificial intelligence.
Okay.
AI. You're probably getting it from AI. See, look how your mind is creating questions. From
Right.
AI, you are trying to get AC.
Okay.
You can have AC and DC. But there is nothing like artificial consciousness, because it's just like me asking you, where can you get artificial life from? Can you give me artificial life?
No.
Why not?
There's nothing called as artificial life.
Exactly. There's nothing like artificial consciousness.
Okay.
Consciousness is a state of life. It is a state of soulfulness. It is a state of thoughtlessness. Therefore, don't get carried away. When somebody comes on YouTube and gives one big talk on artificial consciousness, and then we get carried away. No. Let us not. Use your consciousness, which uses your intelligence to discriminate what is right and what is wrong. My dear friends, before I close today, let me tell you, it was not easy for me. I was running a big business. I had name, I had fame. I was running a business and I was having great time running my business. I was running a toy business. I was going to the toy fair in New York every year and to Germany, Nuremberg. I went to Hong Kong 20 times a year. I went to China 20 times a year doing my toy business. And I had a huge mall and shopping center. But one day I realized that all this is just a show. I have to go. My guru made me realize. I shut down. And after shutting down, my mind troubled me for more than 5 years. It did not let me move on the path of enlightenment for more than 5 years. Till my guru one day told me, hello. He said, are you just going to live like this and you're going to die? I said, yes. He said, no. Find out who am I. My guru sent me on a talash. My guru spoke on the Buddha Purnima day in 2012 and 2013 when the mission was under renovation. There was a small hall opposite. He was speaking to a group of 200 people cuddled together. And he told everybody, go on a talash. But his eyes were on my eyes. His eyes were locked on my eyes. And then in the night on dinner, he told me, he said, go on a talash. 1 year, I did not go on a quest. 1 year, the mind tricked me and the mind cheated me. But then 2013 to 2014, I spent every day in talash. And then there was that enlightenment, there was the realization that, that light came on. So
Hello?
yes.
Shivom sir, Ajit
Yes,
here.
bolo Ajitek, we are just going to close. So last question or comment, bolo.
हाँ जी सर, ये पूछना था कि जब मैं साइलेंट मेडिटेशन करता हूँ, आपने कहा कि साइलेंस में रहो आप, तो थोड़ी देर का भी कॉन्शियसनेस रहता है, जैसे 4 से 5 सेकंड का भी कॉन्शियसनेस रहता है,
हाँ.
तो एक खुशी महसूस नहीं होती है। तो सर कितनी देर तक कॉन्शियसनेस होनी चाहिए कि खुशी महसूस होए, सच्चित आनंद की
Because
फीलिंग होए?
at least you are feeling that 5 seconds of consciousness, or you're not feeling, or you are getting that 5 seconds.
सर जैसे 4 से 5 सेकंड का कॉन्शियसनेस, लेकिन खुशी नहीं महसूस हो रही है एट द एंड ऑफ मेडिटेशन।
Because the mind is stealing your peace, and your mind is stealing your peace of mind and your consciousness. जो मन ना, ये मन सबसे बड़ा दुश्मन, याद करो, मन सबसे बड़ा दुश्मन. The mind can steal the consciousness in a moment. The bliss will not come so soon. चाय बनाने के लिए भी आप 5 सेकंड पानी गर्म करो, चाय बनेगा? अरे यार अजीत, 5 सेकंड पानी गर्म करने से चाय कैसे बनेगा यार? अगर you cannot make tea in 5 seconds of boiling water, how can you get Satchit Anand in 5 seconds?
तो सर वही पूछ रहा हूँ कि कितनी देर तक
नहीं, it depends. No, you need to be in that state of consciousness. You must be determined. You must be determined. You must push your mind down initially. Push it down. And try to sometimes be in the presence of a divine soul. Try to be in a satsang. Try to be in an aura of divinity. You must feel it. How long? Sometimes it can take you 2 minutes. Sometimes it can take you 20 minutes. You must feel it. It's very important to feel it. So, my dear friends, I know many of you have questions. Shivam, but we have to respect time, and it's my time I respect all of you are coming on this call on a daily basis, but doesn't go beyond 8:40. So with that note, I bow down to you. Shivoham, see you tomorrow at 8.